Titanfall 2 is set in a place called The Frontier, where an ongoing conflict makes everyone's life miserable. This so-called conflict involves two parties, the Interstellar Manufacturing Corporation, IMC for short, and the Resistance, named Frontier Militia. To give you a short backstory, the IMC is an industrial megacorporation that allowed its veterans to settle in the previously mentioned Frontier region. The settlers were abandoned, turned the place into their home, and wanted independence. But since their lands were full of resources, the IMC came back to displace the settlers and exploit their home, which obviously resulted in a conflict. The cinematic intro is a love letter to the pilots, the most badass characters in the game. To put it simply, they are the gods of the Titanfall universe, cause they control the Titans. This 2-minute segment is narrated by the protagonist, Jack Cooper, whose dream is to become a pilot. With that said, we are about to experience this conflict firsthand, as we take control of Cooper. He is part of the militia forces, and he's being trained by a pilot, Captain Lastimosa.
Lastimosa, you son of a bitch.
The militia is approaching an IMC control planet, the Typhon, but before arriving, we refresh our skills in a tutorial segment, in a very addictive time trial mode. Not too bad. Never mind. The tutorial gets interrupted, and we are about to land on Typhon, where, surprisingly, the militia forces get annihilated by a group of mercenaries. They are the Apex Predators, led by Cuban Blusk, and hired by the IMC's commander, General Marder. The mercenaries finish off Lastimosa, who, in his final moments, links us to his Titan.
BT, transfer authorization to new pilot. Cooper, take my Titan. Take care of him.
Given the acronym, I thought BT was somehow related to the British Telecom, but it's not the case. Anyways, to be able to use the Titan, we need to equip them with 3 charged batteries. When it's done, we can finish the linking process.
Pilot, we must establish a neural link in order to proceed. Please embark when ready.
Yeah, let's do this. So, we learned that BT is bound to 3 protocols.
Protocol 1, link to pilot, establishing neural link. Protocol 2, uphold the mission. Protocol 3, protect the pilot.
By becoming the new pilot, we also inherited Lastimosa's special operation to rendezvous with Major Anderson, which brings us to a water reclamation facility run by one of the Apex Predators, Kane. He's not so much of a threat, so we eliminate him easily. Then we head into a manufacturing/simulation center, because BT gets kidnapped by a giant claw. Thus we rescue BT and finish the facility's boss, Ash, another Apex Predator, the one who did a dirty cheap shot on Lastimosa.
Your technique is improving, pilot.
Following Major Anderson's last coordinates, we move into an abandoned IMC research center, only to find him stuck in the ceiling, already deceased.
BT, I found Anderson. He's, in the ceiling.
Objective complete. We have rendezvoused with Major Anderson.
It's cold, BT.
Correct. Anderson's current temperature is 17 degrees Celsius, below the threshold of human survival.
Anderson was on a mission to find out what the IMC were working on, but he failed. Thus we inherit his mission as well. On his body, we find a time gauntlet, a device which allows its user to travel between 2 timelines. I have to say, jumping from one timeline to another is very satisfying. Not as much as getting accepted into the YouTube partner program. Huge thanks, by the way. Or watching your favorite streamer. But it's a really cool experience. We learn from Major Anderson's logs that the IMC was restoring an ancient weapon of mass destruction, the Fourth Weapon, which is powered by the Ark. It's called the Fourth Weapon, since it fought space and time. The IMC built and tested a prototype in this hidden facility, and they are planning to use a full-scale version of the weapon against the militia planet, Harmony. We ain't letting that happen, so we head to a nearby IMC interstellar beacon to contact the militia fleet. Before transmitting the signal, we kill another Apex Predator, Richter. These guys are so bad. Jeez. What's great about this level is that we start to fully trust BT in every scenario. It doesn't matter if we need to be thrown 50 meters away.
Wind, 3 knots, heading 274. Range, 95 meters. Projectile mass, 89 kilograms. Trust me.
Or we need to be saved in the last second. BT is just always there.
BT!
Got you.
After receiving the signal, the militia forces led by Sarah Griggs land on Typhon. She is skeptical about our skills at first, which is a bit rich coming from someone who's one of the worst pilots in the game. Analyzing the data we gathered, the militia is able to track the Ark's energy signature, since it's kept in an IMC base right here on Typhon. We assault the base immediately. The battle that comes next is just epic. I mean, can a game get more badass than this? Unfortunately for us, the IMC loads the Ark into a transport ship, leaving us no other option than going after them.
Good luck.
Together with the militia, we hijack a flying IMC ship and finally catch up with the transport ship. Before we could enter the ship, we must defeat the Apex member, Viper, who, despite our best efforts, severely damages BT. We acquire the Ark. However, the crashing ship traps Cooper inside, leaving our heroes in a very vulnerable position.
Get the Ark out of here!
Negative. We are trapped. I will not lose another pilot. Brace for impact.
Blisk with his second in command, Sloan, take the Ark from us and destroy BT before bailing.
Nice try, love. Say goodnight.
BT with his last power cells passes us a Seer kit that contains the smart pistol and his data core. The data core stores BT's AI, so as soon as we leave the Rex, Brick sends us a new Titan chassis to bring BT back to life.
Stand by for Titanfall.
It is time to complete our mission.
Yeah, let's end this once and for all. Luckily, the fourth weapon is only 500 meters away, but it's already being prepared, so we need to hurry up. As the weapon gets powered by the Ark, the final boss fight against Lone begins.
You have your money, Blisk. Now go. My forces will take over from here.
That time they do something.
I think our militia pilot's trying to be a hero. He's all yours. Keep the salvage.
Who said anything about salvage? I'll do this one for free.
You know what I see when I look at you? A part of easy money.
What? You said you'd do this one for free. By eliminating her, we earn Blisk's respect, who spares our life, and he invites us to the Apex group. I guess they are short on stuff nowadays. Left with no other option, BT's plan is to destabilize the Ark by blowing himself up.
Don't worry, BT. I'm not going anywhere.
Copy that, pilot. Protocol 3. Protect the pilot.
BT, what are you doing?
Trust me.
BT!
The plan succeeds. The Ark and the full weapon gets destroyed, along with Typhon, and Cooper gets evacuated the same way as Soap got in Cut 4.
Cooper, jump for it!
Jump for it!
Got a visual!
The game ends with Cooper saying he would be inducted into the Marauder Corps, and his helmet receiving signals, indicating that BT's AI survived the explosion.